Oh, okay, I'm ready. It's a little late in the morning, but I'm ready. And this time, instead of sitting over there with the camera facing the window, I'm on the other side of the bed, which is a little sacred to me because it was Dennis's side of the bed. I'm sitting over here with the window kind of behind to the camera, but I'm a little bit on the edge, and that's why you're going to see a dark shadow. Ooh, remember Dark Shadows? I think I've mentioned this one before, but no matter. Oh, what to talk about today? I walked by my door and looked out to my garden, and it was like, oh, it looks like tall seagrass. I got a bunch of wildflowers I could plant. I got vegetables I could plant, but it's a very small space. I wanted to get on it, and I wanted to put my weed cloth down, and I wanted to expand that garden. This would be a good time to do it, but the pollen's very high and I'm suffering so much. Why does it say I only have 24 minutes to do this? I can do it in 24 minutes. Yeah, that's what it says. Sometimes I get like carte blanche, but I don't know, something happened recently and maybe I gotta go through and clean everything out again. Oh, oh mercy. I'm all blocked up. Now, this funny thing, I have not been having any pain in my hip, but I do have pain across my low back when I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I think the blood collects there, and so it just aggravates the situation. I do sleep on my side mostly, though. What does that have to do with the price of rice in China? I don't know. And why is there that saying, the price of rice in China? We grow rice, don't we? They grow rice in Vietnam. Why China? Strange sayings from the past, you know? So I've been thinking about my skin and what I use on it. This morning, I think I bought oil of Olay something or other from Walmart, and I threw in some frankincense oil to try to deter. I get moles, beauty marks, my butt. There's nothing beautiful about them. Anyway, got a big one on the back of my head, and I hate that. I want it to. Sometimes it feels smaller, sometimes it feels bigger. It's the strangest thing. I really do think it coincides with things that I eat. That's just a theory, right? My skin, and I've been thinking about it, that Earth's Cure seemed to be the stuff that worked, but this morning I shaved my skin, you know, the dry scraping with those cute little, they're cool looking. And then I said, well, after doing that, I think I'm going to put some of that cream on it. So I did. My cheeks feel just a little bit dry right in there. Not really dry, just kind of, I don't know, textured. A weird texture. I don't like it. Anyway, who cares? Beauty routines. I don't really have one. I wake up, I take a rough, clean washcloth, I soak it under hot water, and then I wash my face. I don't use soap. Now, at the end of the day, it's been humid. I'm all covered in yuck because it's Florida. I have bars of soap. My daughter says, how can you use this? It's all slimy feeling. Not to me. And I use cheap Dollar Tree bars. Well, $1 for a bar of soap is not cheap. Let's rephrase that. But at least it isn't a $4 to $6 bar like you get from, I don't know. Sometimes Marshalls can be kind of pricey for a bar of luxury soap. What's the other one? Sometimes they're a little high at Bell's. But I go to the Dollar Tree and I really like the lemon bar. And it's a big bar. It's a big bar. Still got one. And this time I bought lemon and coconut because I thought, oh, I want to try coconut. I can't smell it, but I can pretend. What do I do with myself today? I need to work on paper. I really need to work on paper. I need to do so many things. Summer's coming. Summer's coming. I have outside work to do. I'm going to have to sweat it out, but I need this pollen. Our pollen's really high again today, and oh, don't I feel it? Don't I feel it when I'm sick and the pollen in combination, then the humidity's 79% and the temperature's going to be up to 81. And I got to tell you, 81 with 79% humidity feels like 90, okay? It does to me. It's like you go outside and you're like, ugh, I wanted to get away. I want to get away. I'll come with you, Lenny Kravitz. God, he's cute, isn't he? Mm. Russell Crowe. Oh, in the day, he was beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, he's old and he's fat. I have nothing against fat people. I'm fat. But God, he was beautiful. What other men have aged terribly? Makes me feel a little better. I can age terribly too. I love men, but I don't want any. I don't know, there's such a complication, girls, aren't they? And men, if you're out there, you're such a complication, aren't you? Where's my dinner? Why don't you cook anymore? Where's my wallet? Where's my socks? Where's your socks? You don't have a sock drawer? Sock box? You don't know where your dang socks are? Mm. My favorite was, Nikki, if you lost a little bit of weight, you'd look much younger. I could have given him a $5 for that one. But he's gone, and he can't say things like that anymore. And he didn't anymore. He could have cared less what I looked like. He was too sick to care. I was too sad to care what I looked like. And now I'm better. I care more about what I look like. Of course, you know, the haircut. I don't know, I like it. It really grows on you. There was a pun. Bald grows on you. That was interesting. This is my North Conway cup from the Metro. I loved going there. Oh, we had such fun times in the White Mountains. That's the one thing about my man that I think I'm going to miss the most. Oh, we had fun. When he wanted to have fun, we had fun. But it was always a business trip. I got to pay for this. We couldn't just go on vacation and have fun. He had to pay for it. What he meant was, I want to stop at all the antique shops because I'm a workaholic. That's what he really meant. And I didn't get it then. Well, I kind of got it, but I got it more now. I think he just wanted an excuse for why he needed to stop into the antique shops. I liked going. I would look for things I wanted. I might want a little box. I might want a little hat. Sometimes I find, really good deals at yard sales, really old hats, $1 a piece. I never wore them. They all went for sale. What a shame. I saw one once had big long feathers. Oh, I thought that was so cute. I should have got those. If it were at Saks Fifth Avenue, it'd be $250 for a hat like that. $1. Sometimes you find them for $7 to $14, the antique ones. And they had the little netting that you could see through across your face if you wanted to, or you could flip it back over the hat. Ah, the days of romance. They were beautiful days. Women were fashionable and you dressed up when you went to the store. You didn't go like I go and just, stretchy pants, no hair, and no makeup. They got all duded up. They put their cute little hats on. They had the cute little coats and dresses. They wore dresses and heels. Think about it. What a miserable time in life for women. No, they probably loved it. They probably loved dressing up, unless they were like me. I don't like to dress up. I don't want to decorate some guy's arm. That's why I know I need to be alone. And then there's my health problems, I have health issues I don't talk about. They're just not comely to talk about. It just would be too much now, I'm going to be 64. Oh, no, not 64. Not 64. Oh my God, and then the next year is going to be Medicare. Oh, I dread all of it. A lot of people say Medicare doesn't cover much of anything. What a bummer. I wonder if you can find a doctor who will strictly accept only Medicare and not ask for extra. I know there's those Advantage plans, but I heard that those Advantage plans give you a lot less because they give you a few gratis things like a little extra money to pay for your, plan, things like that. And then when it comes time for really serious things, they start nitpicking. And also sometimes you have to be in an HMO, so you can't like travel and say, you stop into Nevada or I don't know, Colorado and you need a doctor. And they say, we're not on your HMO plan. See, I wouldn't like that. I'm looking at Dennis's little tribute table that I made for him. Things that he loved, and I'm looking, it's dusty. It needs to be dusted, and I think those tissues should go. They were the last tissues he set out for himself before he went to bed the night before. Every night he put a little pile of tissues in case he needed to spit, He had a lot of phlegm. Yeah. I've got his bare inkwell, a fossil, the Movado watch I gave him for a honeymoon, his sunglasses, his tissues, his ashes, a separate little box that I had bought for taking his ashes. I was going to keep some and distribute the rest. In the rosary I prayed on for him. All sitting on the dusty old table. I'm going to get my duster out today and I'm going to do a little da-da-da. And I'll take his tissues outside and I'll shake them to get the dust out and then I'll put them back. They're probably one of the last things he touched and I want to keep them. They hauled his medicine off when the cops came and took over my place that day, that fateful day. They took every med they could find. Thank God they didn't take my meds. Anything with my name they left. Anything with his name they took. They said they thought it would be best. Maybe they thought I was going to kill myself. No. No. So now I've gone blank. Coffee in the morning. There's only one thing better than coffee in the morning in my little place. Would be coffee in the morning in a place you've not been before. Outside, at a picnic table, with your little cook stove, making cowboy coffee, and watching people go by, and listening to the birds and nature, the cicadas. They make a funny noise, don't they? Is that a southern thing, strictly? I don't know. I always called them grasshoppers. Kind of look like a grasshopper. Spring in New England. I don't think I'm going to get there. I've been looking and looking and looking for a van. I have a second plan. I could probably keep this place and take my van and go selling and see some stuff and go back home for a little while. Sorry, I keep kicking that. That kind of is a plan. At least I could get away for a few months and just try to find cooler, greener places. And I wouldn't have to leave this because I have a lot of stuff to sell. I know I can make even $100 a day at a market. So if I do 5 markets, that would pay for the rent plus $20. That's easy to do. Keep the electric down really low by keeping the AC at about, it gets nasty if you go under 77. It becomes very hot and humid in the house. I don't want it to ruin anything, you know? Oh, stuff's touchy down here, I'm telling you. I use the big buckets of dry rid in my porch. But I'm in a quandary. If you live in a very humid state, please tell me. Now, I have a shed. It's dark. It has one little window in the back under the trees. I leave that open all the time, but you can smell the mold on things that are porous. I think I'm smelling it. I don't know. I'll have to ask somebody. So I open the door sometimes, I let air out, but when I put the damp rid in there, I'm leaving the window open. Is it wiser to close that window and use the damp rid? Or is it wiser to leave that window open and use the damp rid? That is my question. I can't find an answer online. I've looked and looked and looked. I need an answer to my problem. If I close that window and just use the damp rid in that shed, am I going to open it up one day and surprise? Oh, I have important stuff in there. Books, my personal books, stuff. I should let go of my stuff. It's hard. It's not a lot. It's just important. Books are important to me, especially the ones about passive solar and eastern forests and Tom Brown, Bradford Angiers. I think I still have a lot of those. I saved them. I thought Bonnie would want to read them. She says, "No, Mom, get rid of them." Some of them are Dennis's Guides to the White Mountains. When my kids get their house, I'm bringing those boxes over there. I don't have a car. When they get a house, I'm going to call Maggie and say, "Come pick up these boxes and put them in air conditioning." I hope they will. I'll buy her a bookshelf. She's always wanted a bookshelf. Then she can put my most important books up high, and the kids can look at them if they want. The ones that Dennis loved and that he read. Yep. Well, I think I've bantered enough. I'm going on 19 minutes now. I just wanted to give you my morning chat, and I actually had something to talk about. It ain't much, but it's something, right? What am I going to do today? Bonnie leaves today. I never got to interview her for you. We weren't expecting her to get so sick. But that's okay. You did get to see her briefly in the restaurant video. And sorry that my jammy tops are always falling off of me. They're too big, and I haven't washed the other 2 new ones. Those will fit better. But I'm not ready to get rid of some of my better, older jammies. They're comfy. I like loose and baggy. Yep. The windows are all covered with moisture. Ugh. Yep. And the days are growing hot. Bummer. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But on a happier note, I'm safe and comfortable and air conditioned in my little trailer. And in case I ever lose power, I'm going to figure out how to use the Jackery. I could just plug it in and charge it up, but that's a cycle, and it only has so many cycles. And I haven't been thinking about that when I charge up my little power banks, but I might need those for an emergency, the power banks. So, those are easily replaceable, 25 bucks each, something like that. All right, that's it. I'm done talking. It's going to be a good day. You be happy, I'll be happy, and we'll be in Ireland by morning. Right. Okay, bye.